Are you over 50 and looking to shed a few pounds or maybe flatten that belly or just feel better? Stay tuned. I'm going to share my simple process to create a long-term healthy eating plan that you can stick to. Hello, it's Amy from Be Healthy Enough, and I help women over 50 get moving and feel better even as those darn aches and pains of age start to creep in. One of the top questions I get when people realize that I'm a personal trainer or they become a member to the Be Healthy Enough online fitness studio is, Amy, what exercises can I do to flatten my belly? They'll grab their belly right there and what can I do to flatten that? No exercise alone will help you do that. Building a strong core is important for balance, for posture, for overall functionality, so we can stay pain-free and independent and do all those things that we love to do in life. But to shrink that belly, you got to take a look at an overall approach. And one of the biggest ones, is healthy eating. And I know healthy eating is difficult. You do have to plan. You do have to have healthy things on hand so you don't stop through the drive-through. And that's what I'm going to talk about today. I call it my ideal plate guide. And I'm going to step you through that on my computer. We're not going to be doing exercises. We're going to talk about eating and food. Grab a piece of paper and a pencil because you're going to be doing some homework. Not homework. You're going to be doing some work while we're together. And then you'll have some homework later on to create your own plan. You ready to get started? I'm looking over here because I want to get onto my computer and show my presentation. Healthy eating guide, healthy plate guide, really. Healthy eating truly is just a plate away, and you're going to see that in the next couple of slides. All right, let's step through why we're here, okay? I got trained as in integrative nutrition in 2013, 2014. And oh my gosh, we learned all about all these diets: paleo, DASH, keto, low carb, raw, all this stuff, high fat, vegan. And raise your hand if you're in the era of cabbage soup or the grapefruit diet. I remember the cabbage soup diet. They're crazy. But the one thing that I've learned throughout my 60 years on this planet is diets do not work. They don't. Yes, maybe for a short time, but you've got to create something you can stick to. You might lose a few pounds, but once you go back to normal eating, it's just going to come right back on. And today, let's talk about this process to have things that are convenient. You're not going to be counting calories. You're going to have food that you love, that you can follow and you enjoy eating, and you've got things on hand that maybe you can come into a calorie deficit and shrink that belly. Plus, if you're eating a lot of good foods, things that are good for you, your hormones will be in balance. In particular, your insulin and your ghrelin and your leptin, things that control the hunger hormones. And then that will keep you from being hungry and feeling full when you should feel full. Okay, let's get started with the next slide. All right, here's the ideal plate. It's broken up into 3 parts. The first part, and it's really simple. It's first part, half of your plate should be any kind of veggie. And I don't care if it's a squash or a high carb veggie. Veggies are good for you. The next quarter is protein, and this is a good high quality protein, something that will keep you full, make you full faster, and help build those muscles to help your metabolism, okay? And then the next one is the one I want to talk about, the healthy carbs. Fruit is a carb, okay? Potatoes are a carb. Whole grains are a carb. We want to look for the healthy, whole carb foods, okay? Not the potato chips. Yes, those are a carb. Not the snacks, the muffins, and all of that stuff. They're carbs, but we're looking at healthy carbs. You got that one? Oh, I forgot the little tiny one. We got to sprinkle in some healthy fat along the way, too. That's super important, too, because our body needs fat. Forget about the low-fat diet. Your body needs healthy fats. And we'll talk about what those are in a minute. Okay, let's move on to the next one. So this is where we're going to talk about the food. So what goes into the ideal plate guide? I've got some guiding principles here. And the first one is the best is always the unprocessed, meaning that they don't even have an ingredient label like chickens or berries or sweet potatoes or broccoli or eggs, something like that. That is like the best option. I know that's not always possible, but we want to strive for that if we can. The next one is, if you do look at processed foods, look for ones that have 5 ingredients, okay? I have a video here, and I'll make sure I leave the link. I'm not going to open that right now, but I teach you how to read the labels and how to understand what's what and how many calories and how much fat and all that stuff, and which ones you should choose and which ones you shouldn't. The next one is to choose organic when you can. And this is only when you can, because I know sometimes that gets expensive, but we do want to try to minimize the toxins in our body. It just gives our body a break from having to do more, having our liver process all those toxins, and then those toxins can throw our hormones out of balance. So it's a guideline. It's not always forever. And again, everything I'm talking about here is the 80-20 rule. You want to do these 80-20 or these ideal plates 80% of your time, and believe me, you need to splurge on one day a week, because if you don't, you'll go cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, okay? And then the last one, it has to be something you like. I hate canned peas, so I am not going to add that to my ideal plate. Okay? You got it. You got to like it. You can't eat things that you don't like. Now, if you hate all vegetables, then I'm going to challenge you to try to learn to like some vegetables, okay? Here we go. Oh, here's mine. Here's a sample of the things that I love. In fact, I'm going to click on this next slide. These are mine. Because next we're going to talk about what yours are, but you are more than welcome to borrow mine. My favorite veggies are broccoli. I buy some mixed salad greens, Brussels sprouts. I'm loving Brussels sprouts lately. Asparagus, spinach, and kale, cauliflower, beets. My husband roasts some great beets. And I don't like the pickled beets. I like the roasted at home pickled beets, and I love the golden ones. They're not quite as strong as the red ones. Red peppers, mushrooms, zucchini, squash, and then the proteins right now, wild salmon. I try to buy wild caught salmon as opposed to farm raised, just less toxins and things like that. Turkey, grass-fed beef. I try my best to find grass-fed, grass-finished beef. It's not easy. Some of the local stores now are selling it, and I found a couple online that Farm Fresh to You. We're getting a Farm Fresh box every 2 weeks with veggies, and they also offer grass-fed options. Organic chicken, eggs that are free-range, fish, shrimp. I love bacon, you guys. It's a protein, but I know it's not good for you. I try to buy the best, and I put limited here. Tofu, Greek yogurt, protein powders. I have a great protein powder to get my protein in that I love now. It took me a while to find that. Healthy carbs, berries, black and brown rice, sweet potatoes, sprouted whole grain breads, quinoa, hummus, whole grain crackers, whole grain pasta. We found bonsai pasta. It's chickpea pasta. It's the best not white flour pasta. It holds up the best and has the best texture. Lentil, that's the one and actually there's lentil pasta there too. Apples, fruits. Healthy fats, these are the ones a little bit challenging. Avocado, nuts and seeds. Feta cheese is my favorite right now, especially it's coming to summer as I'm filming this. Feta cheese with watermelon and cucumber, and sprinkle it with sunflower seeds. Oh, mouth-watering. Goat cheese, chia and flax seeds, olive oil, grass-fed butters, coconut oil. I do butter as a healthy fat. If you get the good real stuff with no ingredients, don't buy the fat-free margins, please. They're just so bad for you. Now it's time for you to list your favorite foods. So get out your pencil and paper. I'm going to put a timer for 1 minute. Let's see if this works, okay? You've got 1 minute. Start writing down just six of your favorite veggies right now. Which ones do you love? And then your proteins. What are your favorite proteins? If you're a vegetarian, you still need your protein, even more so. Things like beans or tempeh and tofu are great sources of a protein for vegetarians. Keep in mind that the guiding principles of all of these things is you want to keep it less processed as possible, whole as possible. And you could borrow all of mine. I'll leave the link to this handout in the description below, and so you can download that. So write down as many. You've got just 15 more seconds and reach out if you need any help with that. I think I'll let you go right there and I'll stop that timer. That was a cool thing I just found on my presentation package. So let's talk about some examples because we're going to put all these foods that you love into an ideal plate. Breakfast, to me, I think is the hardest meal to fit veggies in. So I'm going to help you through that one. The other two are really easy. Let's talk about breakfast first. When I was brought up, breakfast was orange juice, a carb, a very bad carb because that sugar went right into your bloodstream. Maybe we got healthy with some cereal, or maybe my mom made some oatmeal, but rarely did we have any protein, and we never had a veggie at breakfast. So these are some of my favorite breakfasts that follow the ideal plate guide. Making a smoothie. I think a smoothie is one of the easiest ways to cram, and they call crowd in all sorts of good stuff so you can crowd out the bad stuff. But you've got to make it your ideal plate. So it's got to have the veggie. You can have spinach and kale. I put some cucumber. You can put some celery. I'm not liking celery in my smoothie lately. I just don't like that taste. You can have some banana for a healthy carb to make it a little sweet. And then you can add a protein, which is I think I spelled protein wrong there, a protein powder or Greek yogurt. And what we don't have is a healthy fat. So if you want, you could have avocado in there, or some flax seed or chia seed, or the Greek yogurt that you get. If it's got the fat there, that's your healthy fat there. The next one is simple, an egg scramble. I call this a clean out the fridge scramble. If we've got a bunch of veggies that are just about to go, I'll just cut them all up, a big batch. And then I'll stir fry them really quick, and then I'll scramble up some eggs with some seasonings, and then I'll dump that all together. So you've got a ton of veggies, and then you've got your eggs for your protein. And if you want to have a healthy carb, you can add in some whole grain toast, or what else could you add in there? I don't know. I can't think of any right now. You could have some fruit on the side. How about that? That's another easy one. And your healthy fat would be maybe some olive oil that you sprinkle around or you put in the pan to cook your veggies. And then the next one is a yogurt parfait. Greek yogurt, fresh berries, nuts or granola. Make sure you look for a low sugar granola. A really good one is a low carb granola that's got a lot of nuts and seeds. And then if you can't, this is a rule of thumb, if you can't fit, it just doesn't want to feel good for you to fit a veggie into your breakfast, just make sure you have a snack that has a veggie in it. How about that? Okay? Let's talk about lunch. I try to keep lunch super simple. I don't have a lot of time to go make a healthy and cook anything, make a special meal, so I usually use leftovers. Having something on hand keeps me from grabbing or saying, oh, Ed, let's just go get a sandwich. Ed's my husband, by the way. Lately, I've been, instead of doing the veggie scramble for breakfast, I've been doing my scramble, doing my stir fry of all my veggies. And then I bought some whole grain, I think it's wild rice, brown rice combination that I have cooked up. And then I have a protein. If I have some salmon, I'll bake a big salmon from Costco. Costco has the wild caught salmon. I'll bake that up, and I'll just make me a bowl. Have some veggies, some salmon, and some rice. And I add a little not seasoning, but a sauce. I don't have a lot of good sauces. That's something that I want to work on, some healthy sauces, because you start looking at sauces and they have a long list of ingredients, and there goes your healthy meal right out the way. Easy salad. Kale, you got everything. Make sure you add some fat. Maybe make sure you add some protein. Another one is, I love this one, a Greek wrap. Have you seen those spinach wraps or whole grain wraps? Ezekiel makes a really good whole grain wrap out of sprouted grains. I put chicken. You spread it with some tzatziki dressing, which is a cucumber dressing that's got Greek yogurt in it. And then you put some chicken and tomatoes and spinach and olives and maybe even some feta cheese I didn't even put on there. That's a fun lunch. I love that one. And then an easy turkey sandwich, what I was just talking about. Adding some veggies, add your cucumbers. We went on a trip about a month ago, and I swear I didn't get a veggie the whole trip. And my husband said, well, didn't the lettuce and tomato on your hamburger count? And I was like, no, that doesn't count. You got to add some cucumbers and some spinach and some sprouts, and as much as you can, put an avocado on there for some healthy fats. All right, then let's talk about dinner. dinner. You can get creative or you can keep it as simple as possible. One of the favorite things that I like to do is some grilled salmon with some asparagus and wild rice. You can do a turkey burger on a whole wheat bun with a small side salad. You can just do some turkey kielbasa. I know none of these are vegetarian because I'm not a vegetarian, so you can add in some of the vegetarian options. Another thing you can do is just cook up a bunch of marinara or make some homemade teriyaki sauce or balsamic vinegar reduction. These make perfect little things for to make the salmon taste better, or maybe even the turkey kielbasa taste better. But also, these would be great for lunch the next day. So keep that in mind too. All right. Let's talk about snacks real quick. I do not create an ideal plate for snacks. All right. What you want to do is choose the healthiest options that you can, and they can't just be carbs. That's the rule of thumb with snacks. You want to add in a healthy fat or a protein with everything that you're eating. Here are some of my favorites. Apples and peanut butter are my favorite. Dark chocolate and nuts. Veggies with hummus. Celery and peanut butter. Can you tell I'm a peanut butter fan? If you don't like peanut butter, make sure that your peanut butter is only peanuts, okay? No sugar, okay? Smoothies are a great snack too that gets everything, and then that yogurt parfait is actually, those two are actually ideal plates. All right, now for your homework, we're going to do another little timer here. You're going to start and write down three meals for each breakfast, lunch, and dinner that follow the ideal plate guide that sound good to you. We're going to start that timer right now. I don't know if I can move that timer. I don't think I can. Can I move that? Nope. Can't move that timer. Anyway, so you're gonna write down for breakfast what one of those that I mentioned sounded good to you. And the thing about that too is if you make extras, you can freeze some of these things and have them later on, or just have an easy sandwich made up already. How easy is that? What about lunch? That would be lunch. That would be a sandwich. And then dinner. Write down now. I'm going to take a sip of water while you're writing down. If you're stuck, do Google. Google searches are so fun. Every once in a while, my husband and I will do that. Just go Google, healthy dinners and find something fun. The last one we found was from Valerie Bertinelli. We saw one of her cooking shows, and it was fish dish, and on top it had a tomato, caper, balsamic olive oil reduction. So you put everything in the pot and let it get all warm and mushy. And then we had some potatoes. Those little new potatoes are a very good healthy carb. And put some rosemary and bake those. And then we had some collard greens. I'll have to share that. I'll put that somewhere. I'll send links to that if I can find that. Collard greens, but the sauce, the thing you stir-fried it in had jalapenos and mustard and lime and ginger. It was super yummy. So you have yours? All right. Now, I think this is the last slide. You are not done, because failing to plan is planning to fail. You have got to write these down. I don't know how many times my husband and I sat on Sunday. What do you want for dinner this week? Oh, that sounds good. That sounds good. Then we forget, what did we want to have for dinner this week? What did we have planned? And so you need to write down, find something, write down Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, breakfast, lunch, dinner. Write down what you had, and ta-da! You have a meal plan, a healthy meal plan with foods that you like. I challenge you to do this for a week or two and see how it feels. Don't count calories. Enjoy the foods that you love. Stop eating those foods that you hate. Stop depriving yourself. Start fueling your body with the good things that it needs to be healthy enough to do all those things that you love to do in this later half of life. Have a great day. Happy meal planning. Bye. Don't go. Yes, healthy eating is a key part of being healthy enough over 50, but so is having a strong core. How is your core? Be really honest. Can you catch yourself when you trip? Do people compliment you on your nice posture? Can you do all those things you love to do without being in pain the next day? If you said yes, yay you. If no, then I want you to try my free 7-day Strong Core Challenge. I've unlocked a collection of my 15 to 20 minute videos that focus on building a strong core, not just your abs, okay? If you're watching this before June 26, 2023, join us. We're going to all be doing this strong core together. All you got to do is click the link below and send me your email so I can send you all the details to get started. If you're watching this after the 26th and want to get access to this formerly members only challenge, click the link below and I'll send you your first workout. Also, make sure you give me a thumbs up to let me know if you like this video. Leave me a comment about what your breakfast and maybe a lunch or a dinner, one of the favorite ones on your ideal plate menu is. That's it. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe too. Have a great day. Bye.